everyone. So today we are going to discuss about the given problem statement. So we are given an array of n positive numbers, that is from 1 to infinity, and your task is to find and return an integer value representing the minimum number of subarrays, which follows a condition, that is, for example, consider the given two sample inputs. First input consists of array elements as 5, 5, 5 and 1, 2. You need to divide this array into subarrays in such a way that each subarray starts from indexing 1, and every element of the subarray should be greater than or equal to its index. That is, for example, consider this arrangement of the given array 1, 2, 5, 5, and their indices represents 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you clearly observe, the element is greater than or equal to its corresponding index, and every element satisfies the condition, so there is only one subarray required. Now consider the given second sample input, that is 61, 61, 32, 61. So we can divide this entire array into three subarrays in such a way that 1, 1 and 1, 2, 3, 666. Consider the indexing for each subarray differently, starting from 1. Here the index will be 1 and same here, but here the indices will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each element is greater than or equal to index, so the number of subarrays required are 3 for this given sample input. So let's move on with the brute force approach that I first thought of, but it didn't work. So let's see what did I did. So consider the given code. What I have done is I have just taken the array and sorted it. So consider this example 6161 3261. Sort the given array. It becomes 111, 23 and 666. I just thought, by seeing these two given sample inputs, I just thought of iterating over the array continuously and breaking the array into subarrays in such a way that when the index exceeds, for example, the indices of this array will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when this particular element indices is greater than the given element, then I would break the array into that subpart and increment the count, and also change the starting index to 1, that is j equals to 1. For example, consider this code. If L of I is greater than or equal to j plus 1, j plus 1 is used because I consider the initial value of j as 0. If L of I is greater than or equal to j plus 1, then I incremented the j value and also the I value. Consider this part of the array. Now here j value is 0. If L of I is 2 here, if L of I is greater than or equal to j plus 1, that is 1, then I would increment the j count and also the I also. If else, so when we come here, after this element, when we get to this part of the element, the array, this if statement will be false and it gets into else statement, and automatically j is initialized to the value 0 and count is incremented as this part of the array is one of the subarray. But this thought process didn't work well. Then I got and then I thought of this test case, that is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So according to my approach, this would become after sorting double one, double two, double three. So according to my approach, this will divide the array into three subarrays. This one apart, this one apart, and this is another subarray. But according to the question, the output should be two subarrays, that is 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, and I'm getting failed at this point of time. So I changed my approach. Then I used two boolean arrays, that is whether they are visited or not. For example, consider the failed test case double one, double two, double three. I'm just going if uh, I'm not traversing continuously, but I'm just skipping the immediate values if they fail the condition, and marking if these values are already considered, then I'm marking them as visited. So initially the visited array contains of false, all false in it. So when I get visited for the first element, this becomes true, and when I get here, the condition fails as this is not greater than or equal to its index. So I jump to the next element, right? I jump to the next element and then I make it true. Again here it becomes false. Then I jump to the next element and I make it true. Here it still remains false and it becomes true and false. So the visited array will be, after the first iteration, the visited array will be true, false, true, false, true and false. This would be the array after the first iteration. Now I am considering another array, another visited array, to increment the count and checking whether the previous elements, that is initially there were 6 false in the array. So if any of the indices doesn't match, then I'm automatically incrementing the count as one of the subarray is considered in the iteration process, right? So the count is incremented here. Then I'm changing the old visited array values to the new visited array values, and then I'm incrementing the count, I mean the iteration process, that is initially it starts from the 0th index, and then for the second iteration it comes to the second index, third index, fourth index, fifth index, and at last it stops when the k is greater than or equal to n. So after this the count will be printed. So let me dry run for you. So let us consider our input, right? Uh, the array length will be 6, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Array will be get sorted. I used L dot sort. Okay, array will get sorted. So now the array will be 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, right? See, at the first iteration, this index becomes true, this index becomes true, this index becomes true, as this is one of the subarray, right? And after, and in the next iteration k becomes 1, and at this point of time this becomes true, this becomes true, and this becomes true. See here, after this point of time all elements are considered, right? All elements are considered, and the count will not be incremented as the past values and new values are same all the time. So the count returned is 2. But here we are taking two duplicate arrays, I mean two visited arrays, and it increases the space complexity to big of 2 into n. So I'm just changing my code a little bit. to reduce the space complexity, I am using just a single visited array by checking. See, for example, in the above example 1 1 2 2 3 3, for the first iteration it becomes true false and true false, right? Now when it comes to the second iteration, here k is equals to 0. For k equals to 0, this is the visited array that came as an output, and for k equals to 1, so let us consider, if not of visited of k, visited of k is 1 and visited of 1 is false, right? Not of false is true. So we can enter into the if case and j becomes 1. Why? Why? Because the array indexing should start from 1 for every iteration. As they mentioned, each subarray should start from the 1 based indexing, right? So j value becomes 1. And now if a of I is greater than or equals to j and not of visited of I, right? If both conditions are true, then the visited array becomes true. As this element satisfies the given conditions, it becomes true, and it iterates to the rest of the array, right? And it iterates to the rest of the array, and all become, and this will also become true, and this will also become true, and this will also become true, right? Now for k equals to 2, so let us check for k equal to 2, right? 2 is less than 6, yeah, it's true. And also if not of visited of 2, visited of 2 is already 2, not of true is false, so it doesn't enter into this loop and it exits out. K is incremented, k becomes 3, and for k equals to 3, it is also true again. It comes out of the if condition and increments the k, and so on up to end of the array. And c is incremented if we enter into this condition, right? If we are changing some false to true, then only the count will be incremented as the subarray is counted. So this is my approach. I think this is the optimal one I thought of. So let us check for the failed test case. 6 1 2 3 1 2 3. Let me run the code. We are getting 2 as output. Also let us check for the sample input cases. It's giving correctly. Let us check for the another sample input. 5 triple 5 1 2. Yeah, it giving 1 as the output. Yeah, it's true. 1 2 triple 5 is the only subarray. So now let's submit the code. It gets compiled run successfully. I hope everyone understood this. Thank you.